So my name is Akshansh Chaudhary. I am the Director and Chief Technology Officer of the company Venus Remedies Limited. We are a pharmaceutical company based in India, and the primary mode of business for us is injectable formulations pharmaceutical manufacturing and distribution. So the distribution segments include the regional segment of India as well as elsewhere globally. Export is a big market for us. So specifically in the antibiotics and oncology range, we are present in over 100 countries globally. There has been a significant development that Venus has done in the past 1 year, and that is associated with one flagship project that I want to talk about, and that's Project Hyperlink. In fact, I was speaking at AUTOMA Plus this year, and the presentation was about Project Hyperlink, and that's associated with compliance related to technology. Something that we have done and internally realized is that the aspect of GMP online or GMP compliance is not something that we have a quantified number for. So inside Venus, we have created a system for tracking every regulation, every guideline, whether it is associated with EU GMP Annex 1, UK MHRA, PICS, ISO, whatever, and linking that to our SOPs in such a way that everything is trackable and provable. And this linking or association done through software, which is AI powered, is something what we call Project Hyperlink. So I received good traction and attention from the audience as well today as I was presenting. But overall, Project Hyperlink is our way of addressing a basic use case that we had, where anytime an auditor came in and they were trying to ask show me how you address environmental monitoring as per EU GMP Annex 1, then we didn't have an immediate way to answer that question. And now with Project Hyperlink, we can instantly share that it is EU GMP Annex 1 section 9.16 and it is present in our SOP of QA number 349. This was not possible before, and now we can instantly answer those questions. I was inspired by something that we did in AUTOMA last year, where I was in a session with Schneider Electric, and they were Peter, who was the Chief Digital Officer of Schneider Electric. He was sharing his vision of how sustainability and technology are correlated, and that inspired me to think about technology differently in my own organization and create this project. So the theme of legacy-based system and digitization or digital twin creation was a key theme that I noticed in this year's conference. But something that inspired me or excited me most was on the nature of space-based data, and that being, let's say, put into business. For instance, there were sessions, I don't remember the speaker name right now, but there were sessions in which European space agencies are gathering data of pollens to predict the aspect of allergy that happens in a particular area, and the movement of wind patterns can then be extrapolated to understand the move of allergens in a particular space. So that really makes a pharmaceutical mindset from a logistical standpoint in terms of where the medicines need to be placed in a particular area. So I mean, that was very exciting to think about in terms of the additional data possibilities that come from environment, sustainability and other things, and mapping it to day-to-day operations of pharma. So I have some thoughts in terms of what can be done, and potentially, who knows, next year I have something more to share. The personal manager for AUTOMA Plus plays a significant role in terms of driving the process forward. What I noticed, specifically for me, the personalization approach that exists with Anastasia, my personal manager, drove me to be thinking about a speaking session. So I had not thought about it that I will speak in this session this year, but she recommended it to me, and then it made me think of a potential use case that can be relevant for this audience and will be an opportunity for Venus Remedies to be presenting and sharing the nature of innovation on digital technology that it does. So the personal manager's drive and let's say association really helps in the process of taking it forward. I would also say that the nature of personalization that takes place through the entire journey of the year, where the personal manager is in touch in terms of sharing progress on conference updates, the nature of delegates that are coming in, or other type of topics that are there, helps. So for instance, in my case, I was thinking on nature of compliance and technology, but I could not really fit in the right speaker slot for myself. So the personal manager again stepped in, Anastasia, trying to identify what type of a slot can be created. So a new roundtable session was curated just for facilitating the same, which was quite helpful again. AUTOMA Plus carries a lot of importance for pharma companies, specifically the people inside pharma companies who are dealing with digital technologies or transformation in any way. And I realize that more coming here than anywhere else, because there are a lot of things that go missed on a day-to-day affair for any industry professional like us. But coming into this Congress, interacting with the peers, whether it is through exhibitions, through conference sessions, or through the gala dinner casual meetups, we get to engage with each other in such a more informal way that we understand what's going on. So for instance, in this year's session, a discussion on EU GMP Annex 22 came into one of the conversations, which was about AI-based regulation and how it is being formalized. Now that's something that we know and understand that it will come in the future, but how it is getting shaped and which industries or which professionals are responsible to shape the future of regulation, that's quite powerful for us to know and be facilitated by. So I think being up to date with the trends in terms of, if specifically if Europe is a market and if for any company, then I would highly strongly recommend that AUTOMA Plus be visited for pharma professionals so that they can gain insights on what's going on.